Hey, gorgeous people, how are you doing today? It's Saturday, which means it's fun day. I'm coming to you live today because I have just finished with my last in clinic session. Um, and I'm dying to go out and just take some chill time. I have a date with a big paintbrush. I'm doing a process of unraveling through paint with some of my clients later on in the sun outside, and it's going to be fun. So I just wanted to come in and say, oh, hi Jennifer, I guess I should put my glasses on so I can actually read the comments. So yeah, so just a quick one today, because it's been coming up a lot in the last couple of weeks for many of my clients, many of the people that I've had conversations with about how, what do you do when you have this feeling of being depressed again? If any of you have known depression or you know my story, that was part of my life pretty much most of my young adult life, and certainly as a child being labeled with all the negatives of what it means to live a highly sensitive, organic, orgasmic, multisensory life, of being too sensitive or being too just too sad or too deep for a lot of people. Hi Tracy, hi Susan, hi Jennifer. Great that you're all here. Haven't you got anything better to do on a Saturday than listen to me? Anyway, I'm grateful you're here. And if you have any questions or experiences or insights on, what do you do when you're going, oh my gosh, I'm feeling depressed again? And I think for me, one of the most powerful, simplest ways to change that is to just hold yourself in that space of acknowledging that you're feeling depressed, that your body's giving you some kind of feedback on your environment, whether that's people, what you're doing, the food you're eating, any kind of lifestyle medicine. There's something you need to look at, and not to make too much meaning out of it. I spoke yesterday briefly when I was out playing with the horses about one of my clients who had a niece, and in some of the work that we were doing in creating some beautiful happiness cards for her, because she's a joyologist. She's here as a health happiness coach, and we're in the creation process of creating some beautiful cards, because who doesn't like tarot cards? But she said, how her niece really struggles with getting out of bed in the morning, and how for her card for the day was, I got out of bed today. And if any of you know, if you've suffered from bouts of depression or doubt, you can relate to just what a big deal that can actually be. Hi Margot. Hi. Yeah, so just take a moment and just tap into what that feels like for you, to just acknowledge that you're breathing, your heart is ever beating, it's reliable, it's not going to leave you unless you break it into a million tiny pieces. And I spoke a lot about pericardium, small intestine meridian within the Art of Stressless Living membership this week, because July is all about the heart, it's all about fire. Hi Haley, haven't seen you for a long time. Yeah, so it's huge to just be able to celebrate the seemingly small actions when you would rather stay curled up in the fetal position under the covers than get up. So, would you be willing to just give yourself that moment to stay under the covers and celebrate the fact that today you're not getting out of bed, or today you did? And you probably know that if you are relating to, oh my God, I'm so depressed today. Hi, gorgeous. Nice to see you here. It's been a while. Depression isn't something you get over. It's not a state of mind. It's not something like my dad used to say, oh, just snap out of it. I'll give you something to be sorry about. Nowhere to go with that judgment. But just knowing that those feelings of feeling down, feeling low, isn't just biochemical. It's not just body chemistry, which is that old Cartesian approach of, oh, it's a body chemistry imbalance and you need to sort it. But really just looking at, where am I spiritually divorcing myself from the parts of me that are pulling me towards my true essence, towards the gold of what I've come here to share with other people. This isn't for you. Your gold, as I always say in the purpose mapping process, Your gold is what you came here to give to other people, right? And you can't give that if you're not recognizing that you are gold. You are the alchemy of turning those lower vibrational frequencies into gold. And that's part of your story. And you know what? Don't believe everything you think. I think that's probably one of the simplest things that I have learned to remind myself when my mind and my ego wants what it wants. Because let's face it, your ego wants to be right most of the time. But letting your ego have a voice and saying to your ego, hey, you know what? I hear you. Listening to the voice of doubt, of resistance, and going anyway. And you know, I'm really wanting to just come to you quickly before I go play with the paints and my buddies, that I'm, regardless of how compelling your mind, your ego, your thoughts may sound to you, it doesn't mean that you're incapable of doing great things. It doesn't mean because you can't get out of bed today or you don't want to get out of bed today that you're bad at relationships. It doesn't mean all the choices that you've made in your life have ever been wrong, right? That law of extremity is ridiculous, where it's saying, you know, because I don't know this thing, I know nothing. What if you be willing to know everything and know nothing at the same time? Because that's a place where your ego gets tripped up because it doesn't know what the heck you mean. And, you know, let's laugh at ourselves. We're cute, not bright a lot of the time. But it doesn't mean that you're lazy or weak or a failure or you're never going to get it right or you're never, you know, that you screwed up again or that life isn't going to get messy. It's about finding the message in your messy parts. And it doesn't mean that you should give up on yourself. Please don't, because your life and you are way too important to be doing that. So, yeah, deep breath. What's going on for you as I jabber away today? You know, can you remember a time when you just felt out of alignment or you just felt like you were disassociating from those deep desires and maybe holding yourself back from living into your legacy? Because here's the thing, okay? So I hope some of you are going to start typing. Give me some feedback because it's so much more fun when we're playing together. But yeah, so while depression tells us many, many lies, it may also be revealing some truths to you. So here's what being depressed again could be. That you need to take more self-care, time out, go have a massage like I did yesterday, just go play with the horses, do nothing. We spoke about that a couple of days ago. And maybe it's telling you that you need to take some tough decision that you've been putting off. Maybe you've been fence sitting, right? Procrastinating, thinking that, okay, if I just ignore this or avoid it, it's going to go away and your body's going to make you right. Remember, time doesn't heal trauma, it conceals. So it's going to just keep coming back in different ways, shape and form, unless you really get deep. And, you know, writing things down is a good way of, my daughter's here at the window. What's up, Val?
Dad's here and we're going to go quickly drop Robson.
Okay, bye. Have a good time. See ya. Cool. Going on a joyride on a Saturday. Top down in the sun, hair blowing. Life's great when you're a kid, right? So what if you could tap into those childlike parts now? And yeah, so what I was saying, the gift of depression. Perhaps it's telling you that you could be trying to do too much right now. Haley, I feel so heavy today. All right, so enjoy being heavy. That connection to earth, how much of that are you being this great contribution? To just tapping into the earth and giving the earth something that perhaps she needs. Or perhaps it's something in your body that you have been living in your head too much and you just need to sort of ground all those thoughts, feelings and emotions and ask yourself that beautiful, simple question again. What is it that you really, really want right now? Where do you need to get really honest about something, right? Something that's going on that maybe you're avoiding looking at. So here's a great one. So what rescue of the past is a limitation of the present that if you would own it and acknowledge it, would give you back all of you so that you can go forward being the present, the gift that you are in this moment of feeling heavy, of feeling alone, or feeling depressed again, to create the future where you get to show up in your true nature, in your true essence, and just be you, whether that is someone else's awareness of maybe you're depressed or you're too heavy or you're too serious. Hey, I put lipstick on for you today. Aren't you happy? I had a client yesterday that brought a little girl and she says, you need to put some lipstick on because you're always in your uniform. I'm always wearing the same things because it's really, really cold in my house in winter. But hey, I put lipstick on especially for you. What if that is a simple thing that makes you feel good about yourself? You know, add a little color to your life. Yeah, boom. Awesome. Spot on. Yeah, get honest with what you truly want right now. What are you denying giving yourself? Where are you not saying, yes, I'm having that? Ordering up your shot from the universe and just saying, I'm having this no matter what, even though I'm afraid, even though I'm feeling depressed, even though I'm not particularly in my normal bubbly self, right? I'm going to have that. Maybe you need to eat better. Maybe you need more sleep. You know, pushing the pencil, burning the candles from both ends isn't always the best thing for your body. And let's face it, I know there were times in the deepest, darkest days of my depression. Gosh, that sounds like the big depression of America. Yeah, so what if it could be, you know? And my cat's just come to the window. This is what you call a pattern interrupt, you know? Don't you just love it if you have a cat or a dog or an animal in your life? Don't they just make you feel better? It's like, I'm here, love me, let's just go play. And your kitty's going, meow, let's just stretch a little bit, you know. I just love that about animals, that they're just totally present. They don't operate from ego. They're just here as absolute spirit, as absolute soul, to just say, come back, wherever you went. Come back out of your head. Let's just go play. Let's go play with the ball. Yeah. Yeah. So what if you could just stroke your body like you'd stroke a cat? Because your body is your animal. You know, it's here to take you on this beautiful adventure through life. So just get on the back of your animal, get on your body and let your body show you where you need to go. Maybe you need to go outside right now. I keep looking out my window because it's just a beautiful day and I'm stuck in here in my cold little home office because it's the only place I can get internet today, you know. So where do you need to reach out? Hey, Bavner, I missed you today. Yeah, I thought we had a date. Anyway, I dropped you a line. So yeah, maybe that's what it's telling you, to stop trying to be a people pleaser. Stop trying to do things that you don't want to do because you somehow feel obligated. You know, how many times have you honored yourself and honored your body when you've made a date with a girlfriend like 2 weeks in advance? And the day comes and it's raining outside and it's cold, or you just don't feel particularly like being with company, and you just want to go into that fetal position and curl under your duvet and watch some ridiculous Netflix movie or something. I'm watching Sense8 at the moment. Has anyone been watching that series? I'm addicted. Really about sensory living. And the interconnectedness of 8 people. Anyway, I'm loving it. I'm wondering where it's going to go. Check it out. Let me know what you think. I love that people are making conscious movies where we all just get it, you know, and maybe not in the way that we think. But yeah, so what's your body telling you to do right now? Maybe you need to go talk to someone. Oh yeah, I was telling you that story about making a date, and then the day comes and you're like, oh, I don't want to let my friend down and she's going to think I'm such a bad friend if I don't come, and you want to go and drag yourself out, and it sucks because you're not present. You want to be under the bed, under the duvet, with your cat or something. And when you're just honest and kind enough to yourself to pick up the phone and say, hey, you know what, can we have a rain check? I'm just not feeling it today. And your friend goes, I'm so glad you said that because I was feeling the exact same way. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't get your SMS. I've been skiing through my clients today, one after another, and I just wanted to do this. So no worries. Take lots of vitamin C. Yeah, feeling fluey. Lots of that going around at the moment in South Africa. I love you too. So, listen to your body. How can you support your body? Maybe you need to up your vitamin C intake when you start to feel a little achy or fluey, or get more sleep, as I said, or go cook up a nice batch of beautiful bone broth. Maybe you need to put some fire in there. Take a little kimchi or sauerkraut, feed your gut microbiome so you can trust yourself better. You see the difference? That's such a kind, honoring space. So yeah, I love Danielle Laporte. She really says it like it is. I mean, I love it that she's just so totally unfuckwithable. I love that word. But Joe, just saying, you know what? Fuck it. I'm staying under the duvet today, even though I have things to do. Giving that voice of depression a place to hold you in feeling depressed. Don't pretend you're not when you are. And noticing the difference between happiness and joy and why it helps to know. And there's a big difference in this. And Danielle Laporte was talking about this week, and I just loved it because I was like going, yeah, where have we bought into that we need to be happy when we're not? To make someone else feel more comfortable. You can do that. How's it working for you? Not so much. But yeah, when things get really, really tough and your ego again wants you to default back to feeling sorry for yourself or becoming a victim, or just feeling sadness without actually feeling it, and then you have to go into separation of an either or reality where you think you have to make one choice rather than just a choice. I love this. Hi Amirna. Yeah, I love the way this thing gets little stars and stuff all over the place. It makes me happy. What if we could just receive the simple stuff? Yeah. Anyway, so Agatha Christie. I love reading, as many of you know. And I also love talking because that's just the Gemini with the Virgo stuff with me. I want to serve. Gemini's all the ego wants you to talk. And the soul's just like, okay, I can show up and serve. I can deliver some wisdom, and I can talk fast, and I can be quick, and I'm hoping that my little daily love notes this week, while I've been all extrovert and out there, are impactful or making some kind of contribution that's good for you in your life. And if they're not, hey, you can leave any time, which is the great thing about Facebook Live. Hey, there's my mother bear. Hi, Mama. I love that when my mother can join my Facebook Lives. That is so cool. She's adorable. I wouldn't be the woman I am today without my mom. So just a shout out and a big mwah to all the moms out there that have grown us into the forest weirding, fierce women that we are. That was funny. That came out all funny. Yeah, so Agatha Christie, another really wise woman. She said, I like living. Let me read this to you. She says, I like living. I have sometimes been wildly, despairingly, acutely miserable, racked with sorrow, but through it all I still know quite certainly that just to be alive is a grand thing. Isn't that a grand thing, to just acknowledge how lucky we are to be alive at this time in the world? That we get to show up in our truth when there's so many women actually still that have to hide their truth because it's not safe for them. And to know that we're all together because in some weird way, in some other lifetime, perhaps we were all burnt at the stake, or perhaps we had a big party, hubble bubble, boiled in trouble, and mixed up medicine as medicine woman together. Yeah. So one of my favorites, Danielle Laporte, was talking this week about how happiness is like little bubbles that sort of rise to the surface, and they're delightful, and and they're also inevitably fleeting, right? Happiness comes and it goes, and we kind of always trying to pull in the tail of happiness and keep it here, keep it captive. Just like money, funny thing that, you know, it's just like, what if money could be like breathing? Like nature shows us with the trees, you know, there's a season for everything. And I was talking about that, and the energy of that money loves fun people, that money is a very high vibration, just like breathing, you know, just like being in gratitude of, oh my God, I'm so lucky that I woke up today, that I'm alive, that I'm breathing. And that joy is more like the oxygen, right? It's more like a breathing in and out. It's always there. We just have to access the joy. And we can't do that when we're getting buried underneath all these superimposed manufactured points of views that we have and that we've bought into over lifetimes, of that if we're not happy, there must be something wrong with us. Whereas joy is more like, it's there. You can dip in. You can dip in and take your joy pull every day. And you can know that happiness is always passing through, you know. It's like the headless rider. It's like the breeze that comes and goes. And it can be there for a minute and it's fleeting. But if we're in our joy, we can receive happiness for the thing that it is. It's choice. It's the choice to be joyful. It's the choice to celebrate that I am happy in this moment, or that I am feeling depressed again. Yeah, Bhavna says, I often feel guilty for living life. It's sometimes something I'm trying to come to terms with. Yeah. So my question, and this is a really common one, so thank you for sharing that from such a beautiful, soft heart space and such vulnerability, Bhavna, that, you know, it's like, who is head tripping you? Who made you believe that you had to be guilty for being joyful or having a life that you've created as joy? You know, if it's someone's term, it's sort of like an issue. A term is, from in my awareness, the same sort of energy as I have this issue with. Someone else gave it to you. It's in a sign. It's like, here's your ticket. You're not allowed to be happy unless you're on a drug. Who said you could be happy on planet Earth? That's not allowed. There must be something wrong with you. What drug are you on? You know, that's this reality. That's the sick care model that's created this great separation sickness, where we've disconnected from the heart of what makes us happy deeply, or stops us, as if we get to say, I will stop my joy in order to make other people more comfortable, but I'm also going to cap my happiness so that I can be as miserable as everybody else on the planet. I mean, who can relate to doing that on occasion? So joy is the fiber of your soul. It's the stuff of your essence, right? It's your gold. It's what you came here in your depression, in the dark night of your soul, in your challenges, in your illnesses, in your disease. It's what you came here to give generously to the people that are willing to receive that from you as your gift. The gift of depression, the gift of knowing what it feels like to be racked with pain and endless suffering because, I don't know, maybe you had an adverse childhood experience of sexual trauma, or worse, that insidious, chronic, unpredictable, toxic stress of saying you're stupid. Oh, you're so stupid. You're never going to amount to anything. Who do you think you are? It's not your guilt. It's also not your issue, and it's not yours to come to terms with. I mean, what does that mean? And I'm always learning. So, you know, thank you for showing up, because I learn every day through these beautiful conscious conversations. I learn from my clients, because I am my best client. Because I know what it feels like to be depressed. I know what it feels like to have anxiety. I know what it feels like to be in a constant state of hypervigilance, where my nervous system is so switched on that I'm jumping out of my skin all the time because of that part in my nervous system that never got to come down in a gentle way. So don't be afraid of depression. It's a sign that you need to do some things differently than you have been. It's time to make peace and forgive the parts of you that ever thought that you had to live your life based on somebody else's terms. So all the oaths and vows and fealties and communities and promises and commitments and contracts that we've made, all the terms, the terms and conditions. I mean, aren't those just the most revolting things ever? That, yeah, I'll come play with you, but there's terms and conditions. It's like saying, oh, I'm going to be giving you everything I have from unconditional love. Bullshit. We all have conditions. So know you have conditions. Know you have terms, and don't make yourself wrong. That's just having good, healthy boundaries, right? When you can own that, right, I'm going to live life on my terms. I'm going to be the rule breaker. I'm going to be unfreaking fuckwithable because I can. And also being willing to change your mind whenever you feel like you want to. You know, that's the choice. Just like happiness is a choice. Just like depression is a choice. To say, wow, it's okay. It's okay. It's the kindness and the allowance to do that. Am I making sense? I just really want to say, look for what is good and true and beautiful about being depressed or being in turmoil or being in chaos or confusion. None of that going on the planet right now. You know, how much of it is yours? What if it could be as simple as saying, who does this freaking belong to? I'm feeling this. Is it even mine? Or is it my neighbor who woke up this morning feeling depressed? And because I feel it, I think I have to own it. Sometimes, 99% of the time, it's not even yours. So don't be afraid of it. You know, Rumi says, welcome it in like this, like your best friend, like your doo-doo blanket. For it's going to bring you a message from the wisest part of you that knows this, right? You came in wise and beautiful. You're the spark of possibility. You came here because you have something beautiful to share with the world. And ask yourself what you need to learn right now, you know, if it is yours. What is the message in this? What is the gift? And just keep asking yourself until you get an answer, because my sweet, beautiful friend, that's the key to being your own medicine. That's the key to your own healing. And I promise you that, because I know what it's like to think I'm going to get a quick fix by listening to somebody else, and I'm going out there and I'm doing every self-help thing and reading every book and doing every course to the point of exhaustion, preparing for the terms and conditions of how I'm going to live my life. And I'm just too exhausted and burnt out to even do that. Wow, I look like I have some tiredness going on underneath my eyes. Yeah, maybe I'll go lie in the sun and just read a book or have a little cat nap. So what's happening for you? You know, I see some of you still with me. Is that good for today? I hope that was helpful. And I'm going to give you like 10 seconds to ask me a question. Or let me know what's going on. Otherwise I'm going to jump off for today. Yes, nothing? Okay. So just remember, joy is ever expanding. Okay, you're not betraying yourself, you're not betraying your memories, you're not denying your pain, you're not making anybody wrong when you go here. When you arrive at that sort of awareness of that life happens through you because you're choosing it, and you stop waiting for happiness to return, you actually tap into the joy that's always waiting for you to tap into, never leaves you, just like your body. It's your best friend. Not going anywhere. You're the one that leaves. What if when you come to that awareness, and you'll probably put yourself through the ringer here, you can still know and trust, right, that faith, that random, trusting, faithful companion of yours is going to remind you that if you can tap in and you can feel the rage or feel the anger or feel the depression and be aware of the joy, just there patiently waiting for you to ask where your joy is. You know, you can be happy and angry at the same time. Have you noticed that one? You know, or you're angry and actually you just burst out laughing because you actually realize how cute you are. That's just your body showing you where it wants to go, where it wants to take you. So let go of the reins. Lead an unbridled, unshackled life. And you know what? Shit things are going to happen. You're going to get dumped. You're going to get fired. You're going to be pulled through the eye of the needle, into the abyss, down the rabbit hole. And you're still going to feel like you got this. It's your joy. That's your container. It's a bottomless cup. It's the truth of why you're here, right? And when you arrive at that awareness of saying, I feel depressed again, now what? Or this isn't fair, and this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Or I must be losing it. Oh my God, am I ever going to get this? Stay with it. Stay in that place of misery, of victimology, of depression, of anger, whatever it is for you, until you've had enough. Because you'll get enough. You'll get when you've had enough. Sometimes it takes us a while. Sometimes we have to put our hand on the hot plate more than once to get that it's hot, and maybe we don't want to do that. So you're going to get it when you get it. But you're constantly expanding. You're constantly dipping into your joy bucket. And when you see your joy besides the depression or the anger or the ecstasy and the agony together, it's two sides of a coin, you have the vision of what you came here to be. This beautiful soul warrior, this goddess of change, this catalyst, the Joan of Arc energy, the Mother Teresa energy, right? You can be all of it. You got to know when to stand for what you stand for and use killing energy. And you have to be able to be the demon slayer of anything that's holding you back. That's the problem solving part. James Pressfield in The Art of War talks about that. You know, resistance can be your best friend if you see where you're resisting. And that's the joy of living. Okay? So blow your mind. Blow your mind. Give your ego a voice. Know that you're connected, that you're animated, that you're breathing. You just want to play like your dog. You're resilient. You're not broken. There's nothing to fix. So keep your heart open. Tap into the joy bucket. Have gratitude. That's a great way to do it. You know, 5 things that you're grateful for today. And let joy be a part of your reality. Okay? Ask, what do I need to change here? Who do I need to speak to? What do I need to be or do or have or generate or remove? Be the remover of obstacles. And let yourself have the joy. Because you can. All you have to do is say, I'm having it. Don't be afraid of it. Be your own medicine. And I'm here if you feel like you need a little support. If you just want someone to hold space, to listen, I'll be that person for you. I'll be that for you when you can't. I'll stand in the fire and show you how freaking amazing you are, how unfuckwithable and resilient and resistance as it comes up. Let's blow it out with the dragon breath. Bam. Unfuckwithable. Go have a great day. Go on, run along. Life is beautiful. Thanks for being here, guys. Post your comments and questions. And if you want to know how to work with me, if you'd like to just reach out, if you need a lifeline right now, there's a specific Lifeline session available for you in my store. If you're not sure, if you can trust yourself to trust me to be there with you, tap into that joy bucket, see if this resonates with you, see what's calling you. Book a 30-minute complimentary clarity session. You got nothing to lose. Whether you stay or you go, I love you anyway. Even the parts of you you don't love. Hey, Punsa. All right, guys. Mwah. Go play. Have a great day. Let me know what you want to talk about. I love to play. Tell me what you'd like to receive and play with. And we can do this again. Every day's fun for me. Every day is joyful. I create my life as my business. So it doesn't matter what day of the week it is. I'll play. I dare you. Go have some fun today. Tap into your joy. Be amazing, because you are. Lots of love. Bye.